Oh, I was asking for you to say when.
That's why I
Point.
pointed at you.
Fair enough.
That's
fair
the whole
enough,
thing.
Fair enough.
Freaked out there. I thought you were pointing at me
So-
for a second.
So unfortunately, Bob, we're eating dinner later, but you're not going to be there for it because I bought some of the thickest
man.
fucking steaks I've ever seen in my life. They're like 3 inches thick.
We got enough for Bob. We could send him.
I
we
know,
could send him
right?
something.
Like Omaha steak that with dry ice. Yeah. It was like 3 steaks for $120. It's 4.5 pounds of
Lord.
steak. It's 4.5 pounds for 3 steaks. It's
You could
ridiculous.
buy into a Golden Corral with that kind of money.
But yeah, we're eating, and Mike is eating with us, and he asked 3 times if he needed to bring anything. First, the audacity,
I know,
Mike,
the rudeness.
that you think like you can select
How
the
could I?
food that this
How
chef
could
is
I?
going to prepare. Okay,
I know.
okay. And
Then I walk in and I'm like, oh, you did it wrong.
it was like a week ago when we made the plan of you eating, and you at first asking for the first time if you should bring anything. And every day since, I've like, what could I ask him to bring, and then just not use?
$120 would be good, I think.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, cash. I did have a friend, and their parents like hosted dinner for her and her husband, and then at the end of the meal, they gave them a bill.
No.
Oh my
For the meal.
God.
They invited them to dinner, and
Oh
then
my
gave
God.
like,
The
here's how much you
parents?
owe us for. Yeah, this
The
is how much
parents
you.
invited
Yeah,
their.
They ate dinner at my parents' house? That's crazy.
I know. It's so funny. I'm just like, that's ridiculous. But no, I told Donnell yesterday, I'm like, oh, you should ask him to bring me 5 carrots. It's approximately 7 inches long and 1 quarter inch in diameter.
Where's this going?
And then I was just gonna put them in the refrigerator and not use them for dinner.
See,
Just
but-
He's
so
like,
you
do you
can
need
take
me to bring anything? I was like, sure, I'd really like a cantaloupe.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
So then you just want like a picture of me at the grocery store with like an actual like tape
Ruler.
measure.
Yeah.
And just like, okay, let's see.
like
here.
I was
This
gonna have
carrot's
Donnell
no
like, it is
good.
very important that they're the exact size.
I
that
was
I'm-
just
all
like,
5 of them.
there's no way Mike won't know that this is some BS.
Yeah,
If we say,
yeah.
if we say we need exactly 7 inches, quarter of an inch in the
I will
diameter.
say though, if you had given me that task, I probably would have just bought a bag of carrots and just saw it and just assumed
There
there's
were
got to
5
be
of
like
this.
2 or 3 in there that'll fit that.
Yeah.
You know, like I would just be
Odds.
like, okay.
No, I was gonna be specific about organic, so like
Oh.
you couldn't get like,
Couldn't just
you'd be
buy-
looking at like the proper bundle, and you'd be like
I want dirt on
min
'em.
maxing the.
Yeah.
Need you to head out to a field, Mike, and get in the dirt and pull them out.
Hey, this is the
Yeah.
final Talkin' It podcast. The final podcast, probably, most likely, most definitely, of the
Probably.
Watchin' It, the Watchin' It universe.
Robert's showing doubt all
Well,
of a
I don't
sudden.
know. I don't know if we bring this back sometime in the
Like a
future.
Futurama.
Or maybe
of, like,
Donnell, you
podcasts.
take this and want to do something with it, or someone
Oh,
steals it from us. I don't know what happens, but never say never kind of thing. But
Yeah.
um,
Final for now.
yeah, yep. And with us, we brought in 2 guests previously heard on this podcast. We've got Bob from Static Radio
I
and
thought you were going to
Mike.
start with Mike. I thought you were going to start with Mike.
No, you're the remote. You're the remote
Oh,
one. You're the one.
Yeah.
You made more. Well, I guess Mike made effort because he drove here.
I'm about
You
to
just
say,
get to
I
sit in
don't
his
know.
chair.
I'm about to say, I imagine Bob is just at
Oh,
home at his
Mike.
computer. Mike had to drive, use some
Mike.
gas.
You brought these stupid carrots.
I
that
had to
were
look
measured.
for carrots.
Yeah.
Different size.
And
and
of course
girth.
with us is Mike, who you will know from our Christmas episodes where he comes in and
Well, not the
decides
Christmas
what the
episodes.
pre-Christmas
The pre-Christmas
episodes, yeah.
episodes. Mike's not actually on the Christmas episode.
Don't ruin the surprise. They think that I am though. They hear it during Christmas.
Did you listen to the last one that we did, Mike?
No, I've not.
Oh, the one you specifically picked, it was trash.
Was
it? Was
It
real
was
bad.
it was a rough
It
a
was-
rough episode.
It was terrible. Terrible.
Yeah.
That's why. I
Mike
usually
Mike
pick 'em.
Kringle. I heard his last name's Kringle. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. I mean, I don't even know how or why that started to be a thing. So I went through because, like I said,
What, my
we're
last name
wrapping
being
up.
Kringle?
We're no. not
Oh,
that.
sorry. Okay.
We're wrapping up the podcast, and for our last episode, we did a little bit of retrospective. So I went through all of our episodes and stuff. And so for our very first Christmas episode, we had no mic. We didn't know what we were doing. And I just don't know what brought it about. But from season season 2 on, it was just here's Mike to pick the episode, and I don't know how we got there, why we
I
got
know
there.
exactly how we got there because we were looking. I was like, let's do a Hallmark movie, and we
Mhm.
ended up on the entertainment site that had a list of
Yeah.
all 100 or some
Mm.
odd movies, and we started reading the synopsis, and we were like, these are fantastic.
Wait, so your first episode didn't have the Hallmark movie?
No, we
Our
did.
first Christmas episode was Fat Man, which
Oh, you
is
just
a
found a
Oh,
Christmas-based
well,
movie.
it found us because we were
Oh.
like we weren't even thinking of doing a Christmas special, and then a movie came out that year called Fat Man, starring Mel Gibson as Santa
Mel
Claus
Gibson, yeah.
going on hunting down being hunted by a bounty hunter that a kid hired, and we're like, well, we have to watch this. Like, we need to know what the hell this is. And I know it was fantastic. I mean, I'm not a fan of Mel Gibson, but I will stand by Fat Man any day of the year. But yeah, that was our first. That, like I said, we were still figuring things out and stuff. We didn't even know we were doing holiday stuff. The holiday stuff came afterwards.
So when did you find out that there was this special list that happens every year?
The next year when we were like, hey, we should do a Christmas special again.
Because you guys have, I mean,
Mm.
there's like, I mean, you're not the only ones that do it. Because there's obviously like a whole list that people have collected.
Oh yeah.
It's got to be
no,
like
yeah.
a tradition.
I'm about to say I don't think that list, like, we use it for a podcast and stuff,
Right.
but I know there, because I've met some people. There's people who try, and I don't know
I'm
why and
sure.
in what
It's like watching the
mindset they are,
Oscars.
but try to watch every single Hallmark Christmas
Yeah.
movie every year. And if you are somebody who do that, you need help. Okay, I'm just gonna be
Yeah,
Maybe they
straight.
do it
probably.
ironically.
I mean, it's like 12 days of Christmas. If you're a
Yeah.
housewife, you can just have that on the background. There's only like 40 of them if you're just doing the Hallmark channel.
If you're just doing
Yeah.
Hallmark,
Yeah,
but if
if
you're
you're-
hitting up all of them, you're getting up to 180
Yeah.
and stuff. You know.
Well, then we
it's-
noticed that there's like what? There's like always like 2 or 3 movies that are one movie that they take pieces from
Oh,
like
yeah.
the one
Oh,
shoot
yeah.
and they make 2 movies out of the recording
Oh,
of
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Like, so there's gonna be
I
some
mean,
repeats.
they're
Yeah.
like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
You got commercials mixed in. You bring that down a bit. If I can binge like Supernatural in a month, I can watch. I mean, if they start coming out in October,
yeah, which
you
they
can
do.
you can watch them all by Christmas at a leisurely pace.
Yeah, I guess. Just,
Which is- it's
but
still
still, that's not good for
If
your
you
mental
must.
psyche.
Neither is
Uh.
TikTok, but you still do that. I still.
I don't
I
do
don't.
TikTok.
I don't
I
advise
know, I
anyone use
changed it.
TikTok
Yeah,
either.
I changed it.
We are not on TikTok.
Yeah,
It's really
talked
interesting.
about
Why
it.
is TikTok still around?
I love it so much. I can't help
Uh,
myself.
A lot of
It's the
people over
greatest.
there, I guess.
We passed a law that said it's banned.
No,
but
they
Trump
No,
extended
they
it.
didn't get
Yeah.
passed.
every time
No.
he
Another
gives
90
him a
days.
deadline.
He can't do that.
No, he did though.
That's what he's
There's a lot of
doing.
things he can't do.
Right.
that he
That's
does
why I'm
do.
asking. It's like,
Yeah.
it should just be like, why? No, but okay. So I don't know why we're going this direction, but it's really I don't
Last
understand.
Talkin It. We go
I don't
wherever we
understand it,
want.
right? Okay, because so the law says that if it doesn't sell
Yep.
to a U.S. based company,
Mhm.
it's banned on X date.
Right.
The president can extend it if there is a potential buyer and there's a deal in progress
Yep. No,
for
Mhm.
90 days.
I like everything you're saying.
One time he's
I-
allowed to do that.
Fantastic.
Okay?
Yep.
Does it say once?
And it's not just like they shut off the servers and it's done.
Mm-hmm.
No. That means that any company that has it on the App Store, so that's like Google or Apple,
Yep.
get fined $10,000 per user per day.
Mm-hmm.
We're
Good luck
there.
on that.
The-
Yeah.
But
But somebody
if
should
you
be finding
spend
these.
a lot of money
Why-
at
why-
a specific dinner that
Yeah.
he is
That's what I'm
hosting,
saying.
What-
Is
there is-
Robert, the thing
there
that
are
you're
ways to get
doing
around
is
it.
you're
Yeah.
talking logically.
I don't.
And logic
I-
went out the
The
window a
president's
while.
the president's the president. That's
Yep.
whatever. Okay, but I don't understand how Apple and Google are not like. Why is it still on their app store?
well, there was one other thing too that
Because if I'm
he
Apple or
wasn't-
Google, I'm like, at some point, someone's gonna find me $1 trillion.
yeah, but he did say that the part of the ban was if he didn't ban it, he just wasn't going to go through with the punishment, like because it's the
Sure,
Department
but
of
he-
Justice that has to actually like fine.
But he
them.
could do it at any time.
So he could. but
He
he's
could.
He can
is
change
a-
his mind on
He is
that.
an unstable man.
He's got that sword over their heads.
Yeah.
And
Then,
next
yeah, they're
president
not
could
gonna
do
pay
it.
it.
Could just be like, okay, you owe us $4 trillion because you've been running this for 3 years and
Mhm.
against this
In-
law. It's weird.
On the books,
It's weird to me.
Google
It's
and
crazy.
Apple
No one's
make more
talking
money
about
in the
it.
United States,
No
so it
one's
doesn't
talking
matter.
about it. Like
Yeah.
TikTok should just be gone because I don't know.
Oh,
It's weird. It's
yeah,
weird.
Yeah.
Okay, so we talked about how I showed up with the
Mhm.
Christmas stuff. So how does Bob show up?
We
Can-
we just
Yeah, how did we connect with you, Bob?
we were trying to get some guests. I can't
I
remember
don't remember.
how.
I probably through
Matchmaker or something?
Matchmaker or
Yeah,
Podmatch,
probably.
one
Oh,
of those two.
did you guys match on Tinder?
Yeah,
Is
we
that-
No, no,
did.
no,
We
no.
did,
There's
yeah.
there's
TikTok
a
match. It's a new thing with the
yeah,
president.
there's a service called Matchmaker, which sounds like a dating
Yeah,
app.
100%.
It
That's
is a
for-
dating service. It's a
is
dating
it?
service for podcasts.
Yeah, yeah,
No, I
yeah.
don't know what
It's
it
for
is.
connecting podcasters with
What was
guests
your
and
guys'
stuff like
first date like?
that. What did we do? We came on your
well, I
Yeah,
can
our
tell you I've
first
been
thing we
flighted
did
if you guys are
together
having
was-
steaks tonight. I can tell you that right now.
show? What did we watch first with?
Brazil.
No,
oh,
we did
Brazil,
Brazil
whole
yeah,
country?
last.
Brazil.
You guys watched the whole
No,
country
no,
of
there's a
Brazil together?
fantastic movie called Brazil.
Yeah,
we
Brazil.
didn't do. Did we do Brazil last? No,
We
the
did,
last thing we did with Bob wasn't Brazil. It was
We did
because Bob
Brazil and we
picked it.
did They Live.
Yeah, it was
Oh, we did They
Yeah,
Live. Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
We did some good stuff.
But no,
And
Bob,
then we
Bob
did
reached out to
the
us and
Talkin'
he
It, I
interviewed
think,
us
as well.
Yeah.
on his show.
Yeah.
And yeah, you guys came over and told me about how you're gonna cut me out of steaks and
So Bob, I
bring Mike in to eat all my food. And,
I really now that we're on this, I really
I
hate
got
to do
these
this.
carrots sitting here waiting.
Now that you're talking about us leaving you, and I hate to do this, but something we've done on this podcast in the past is when there's been weird food or drinks that some company decided to make. I've been like, well, we got to test these. And a while
Oh,
ago,
yeah.
Robert, and I would
Oh, do
send
we
you
have
one,
a
Bob.
food challenge?
Do we have a
I do.
carbonated carrot juice?
Okay.
I do have a food thing for us
Oh my
today.
gosh.
Bob, I'm sorry. I mean,
You couldn't
but it
mail
may
it to
not.
him?
It may not even be good. One is I didn't see him again till today. But Robert, I don't know if you remember. This might have been a talking a little bit ago. We were talking about how Reese's screwed up the peanut butter egg.
Oh,
They screwed
yeah.
it.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
changed
They
it?
They made
changed the
them no.
ratio.
They shrunk them,
Yeah.
Oh,
but there's
shrinkflation.
only so much that you can, based on how the manufacturing goes for Reese's and how you encapsulate the peanut butter. You
The
have
peanut
you
butter
have kind of a static
puck.
amount of chocolate
Yep.
in order to make that encapsulation happen. So when you shrink them, you keep the chocolate the same, and you have to make less peanut butter. And now the ratio's off. And
So it's just air
the
now?
best Reese's were the Easter ones, those
Yep,
shaped
yep.
like an egg. But
Mhm.
now they shrunk them, and they're the worst now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Anyways.
how do they compare to the Christmas tree and the pumpkin?
Is
I've never
Aren't-
seen the pumpkin.
Oh,
Seriously?
I've seen the
No,
Christmas tree.
They have pumpkin ones.
I mean, it
and
makes
then they have
sense.
Christmas tree.
Halloween candy
Yeah.
and all that stuff.
You know, I gotta be honest with you. Easter candy's better than Halloween candy.
Yeah, Robert with the deep cut.
Oh.
Robert with the
You
deep
got the
coming
big,
out
you
here.
got the big chocolate
this-
bunnies.
Is this like kind of a religious thing, or is it something else?
Well, we figured,
'Cause
Bob,
all
if
Halloween
we
candy
hit
is just regular
politics
candy.
and religion in one podcast, then a lot
Oh
of
no,
people
we got the
will
president
relate.
in there. we
Yeah.
got-
I love the big hollow chocolate cross that I get to
Yeah.
chomp down on every.
What are they gonna do?
The
Cancel it?
giant Star of David,
Yeah.
my favorite. Yeah.
Who can find the the nails for the hands and feet?
Yeah.
Wins.
Yeah.
No one makes a Jesus crucifix for Easter with him on the cross. Why not a chocolate?
Let 'em-
Jesus?
yeah, they leave 'em
I'll
off.
bet you $10,000 that I can go online right now
Oh, I'm sure you
and
can.
buy a
but-
chocolate crucifix with
Yeah.
Jesus on it.
I'm
sure,
sure, yeah.
but not like coming out of like from Nestle or something.
Oh yeah.
I
mean,
I don't
what's
know
the
about
big
that. I won't
grocery
stake
store
that.
out
but
there.
All right.
Albertsons or
Anyways,
something?
back
Ralph's?
on.
Mm.
So,
if you'd make me drink more cum water,
we're not
again-
drinking anything. We're eating
What?
something. Don't ask. There was
So
a very bad. There's
What
big
is it?
water.
No, let's ask. Okay, well, this,
Oh, I
this
know.
wasn't
Boba
the
tea?
first food challenge we did, because it's kind of a talking it retrospective,
Yeah,
was
yeah.
water pizza.
Oh
Water
my
pizza.
god.
where
that
there was
sounds
a
disgusting.
video of
Is
a
it
guy.
like water pie?
He gets his
No.
pizza, and before he eats it, like
Oh,
I hate this
sets
man with a
at
passion.
he stands at the sink in the kitchen,
Yeah.
runs water over the
Because
pizza,
pizza's too hot when
and
you
then
get it.
takes a
so,
bite,
Huh?
and then
There you
runs
go.
more water over the pizza and takes a bite.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
they do
that's
that with
gross.
the
It's
hot dog
really
eating
not that bad.
contest.
It was
No.
actually
Nathan's
was
hot
fine.
dog.
It was
I
fine.
do not agree. I thought that was a terrible thing.
But
But you've
That's-
seen that like at Nathan's hot dog.
Yeah,
where they
that's
like dip
but
the
that's
like
that's
the
Yeah,
hot
how
dog
you,
in
that's
water.
because they're doing a
Dunkin'.
hot dog eating contest. You don't on a normal barbecue.
How
You don't
many
go.
times do
You
you
don't
know-
go
but-
to the 4th of July barbecue, grab a hot dog off the grill, dip it in a
Dunk it.
vat of water,
Maybe you
and
do
eat
the
it.
competition one time. You go like, oh my god, this is actually
no,
this
I
is
mean
pretty
you
great.
say that, but like hot dogs are best cooked by boiling.
Now, are they
Well,
dunking
yeah,
it
but
in
then
hot
you
dog
don't put it in a
water or
bun
just
and then
regular
dunk it
water?
back in the boiling
Oh,
water,
that's
Rob.
yeah, wet bun. No way, no way.
Mm.
That's the whole point of the water
Delicious.
in the contest. Is to
So
soak.
anyway, Donnell
Breaks
found
down
a
the bun.
story about a there's medical water
Yeah, there's a
Like,
meta. So
for
there's
people who cannot swallow easily.
yes,
Mhm.
There's water that's like thick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
God,
Donnell
that's
procured
nice.
some of this water
hmm
for us to try.
There's different levels too, and so there's one that's like just kind of a water that's like a little slimy, and then
Yeah.
there's like the next level, but then level 3,
Mm.
that's where some weird like it will it fucks with your head.
I immediately, and you can go listen to that episode. I don't remember which one it was. One of our
Early
earlier
talking
Talkin'
it,
It's, yeah.
yeah.
And I drank it, and I just immediately was like, "That is got to be what it's like to swallow cum." Like, there's no other way to describe it. It was literally that's the consistency it has to be. I've never done that action, but sometimes you just know. right?
Disclaimer.
Yeah.
Disclaimer.
Like, I know I've never eaten poop, but I know for a fact when I look at a banana, that's what eating poop must
Aw.
feel like.
I had a banana today.
Really?
I hadn't seen.
I do not eat bananas for that reason because I just
I
look at it and I'm just like, that is the consistency
I
of like
had
a well-fibered log.
So I've been we're all over the place, but I've been
Really
eating
ruining
eating hummus lately quite a bit, and I'm enjoying it and stuff. But the other day, my
I
dog
like hummus.
had an accident
Hummus.
in my house, and I had to clean it
Hummus.
up. I was about to get some hummus, and then he messed in the house. And after I cleaned it up, I was like, I can't eat hummus now. Like I had to wait a day
Mm,
because my
yeah.
mind was just like, nah, the look and consistency is too close. I
I've
can't
got-
go from cleaning this up to eating some hummus
I've-
without my brain just rejecting
Oh,
everything.
I've got
no.
so many foods like that. Like, I can't eat fried okra because I'm just like, this is just deep fried snot balls.
That's
Anyway,
a
Where do you
weird
where do you
one.
What
get
is the
those
food
at?
challenge
All right,
Frozen
today,
so-
frozen
Donnell?
sections?
Yes, sorry. So anyways, while we were talking about those
do you
peanut
want
butter eggs,
anything that bothers you? Or?
You didn't ship
well,
Bob
the problem
like
is
any of what we're eating.
I'm half Korean, so I mean, like I've eaten all kinds of weird stuff,
Cat.
and there's a lot of
Cat.
stuff
What's
that
the
looks
what?
weird.
Have you eaten cat?
No,
Dog. What's
don't
what's
think I
the
have.
weirdest thing? Like a deep fried tarantula or something? What's
no,
the
like the
weirdest
thing that comes to mind is like fish sperm. Like there's like
Hmm?
like these like deep fried fish sperm balls.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Mm,
so it's
mhm.
just like
I mean, we eat the eggs.
fish
It's a
cum.
delicacy.
Yeah, but that's different. So you
Yeah,
have fish
it is
eggs,
different.
and then
Caviar.
you've got.
You bet.
If you eat both of them together, then you
You
accidentally
can grow a fish
you
in
could
your
grow a
stomach.
fish in your
Yeah.
stomach.
Oh,
so it's a
fantastic.
problem. Yeah.
They
Then you
don't
get fish.
sterilize it or anything?
No.
Good in omega-3s without all the mercury.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. Anyways, peanut butter eggs. We were talking about that, and I said I saw at a store for whatever reason Reese's decided to make Reese's PB&J cups.
Oh, I don't like it.
Nope, neither
I
do
don't like
I.
it.
I don't think it's going to be good, but I found them,
No.
and this is so it's
Oh, he
Reese's.
brought it.
I'm
He
very
has
apprehensive
them.
about
Oh
peanut
my
butter and jelly
gosh.
sandwiches. in
It's Reese's
general.
PB&J. This one has strawberry though, but it got one. You pan that down to
Oh,
Robert.
the coloring of it is
Oh, and
bad.
it's a
Got-
big cup.
Got-
the
yeah, it's a
coloring.
big. Well, you
Oh,
can't fit it in a
God.
small cup.
The coloring is bad.
Yeah,
I don't-
know.
Do they
I
have
don't think I'd
different
eat
jam?
that.
'Cause
The-
this one's strawberry. Did you
This
get-
is strawberry. They didn't
suggest you
have
don't eat
grape. The first time I saw them, they had grape, but so yeah, I don't like the idea of it. I think
Wow,
can,
one of
um,
these,
it
one
makes
of
no
these
sense.
is
This is
190 calories.
190 calories.
I can-
That's crazy.
I can-
This is gonna be controversial. I actually don't even like
Normal-
regular
Oh,
Reese's peanut butter cups.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So this
Really?
is just
Yeah.
going
No,
out.
I like a
for
Reese's
her.
Pieces.
It's okay.
I can
Does it
smell the
have something
jelly.
to
I
do
always-
with the fish sperm? That, like,
Probably.
set you off?
Probably. Do you guys remember Butterfinger BBs?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Those
Yeah.
I miss those.
Oh yeah, that was
Bart
a big Simpsons
Bart
thing.
Simpson
Yeah,
was it, yeah.
back in the day. Oh
Alright.
man, I like the Hershey Company, Hershey, Pennsylvania. Always good
Yeah.
when the town is named after the. Let's see the ingredients here. Milk chocolate, milk fat. Anyway, high fructose corn syrup, obviously.
Of course.
Dextrose. I don't know how to
Yeah.
say this.
Are we waiting for like a moment? to
No,
do
no,
this?
I mean, I was.
I'm just reading the stuff here, looking for the.
I'm
screen.
gonna-
It doesn't
go
bode
ahead.
well when the guy reading the ingredients.
Well, that's not what I do there.
It's supposed to
I
be
just
reading
fix the
ingredients.
computers. Oh, he's starting ahead of us. Okay. Oh,
I
don't.
just said.
I don't.
Oh,
I
no,
just saw
he
the
didn't get
inside of
into
it from the one that
Hmm.
he just took a bite of. I don't want to do
Oh,
this, Donnell.
no.
I don't want to do this.
It's just one bite, Robert.
I
Just
don't
one
wanna-
bite,
Oh my gosh.
and then you can be
I
done.
don't want to do this.
What?
I
Huh?
think
Is there
that's
chocolate
also
between the peanut
called
butter and-
No,
jelly?
not for mine, but I feel like my jelly is not.
This is a big cup. This is a thick. This is a tall cup.
Oh, look, I think there's. I think there's a.
This is
wine
like-
cup.
Oh,
Yeah,
it-
mine does not.
It
I'm glad I'm not getting
smells
this,
terrible.
Yeah,
full-
you can smell it.
You can smell the jelly.
I'm gonna.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
I'm now gonna put this down.
Hey, Bob,
Oh.
can you smell this?
Oh, he's
Hold on,
not
I'm
gonna
gonna go to the
finish
mic.
it.
Can you smell it now?
No finishing.
You can.
it.
You're not.
Okay.
Oh, it's so strong. The smell.
Oh my
fuck
gosh.
me. Jesus fuck. Have you done it yet, Donnell?
I have.
He took a bite. I saw. it.
I took a second bite just to verify everything.
Oh, I thought the jelly was gonna be on
I don't
top.
think it's that. I don't think it's as bad. As
Oh,
everyone
I don't like
says.
it. Nope.
That's the end of that.
Nope.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
No.
I-
There you
I-
go. He's tapping out.
Hang on.
Uh-oh.
all right. Well, Robert has officially voted no on that. Mike, what are your thoughts?
Well, are we missing something because there's no bread? Is the chocolate the bread and the peanut butter and jelly?
I
Oh,
imagine.
I guess so. Yeah,
That
I
mean
guess so.
they're not gonna stick a little like cracker. I mean, I guess they could.
It's
Oh
like
my God.
a
I think
crustable.
that takes it to another level. What if it was? What if they did a collab with Ritz? You could put a Ritz inside
see-
a Reese's PB&J, and it'd be a real peanut butter and jelly
I
sandwich
just
with
feel
chocolate.
like maybe just remove because you don't make peanut butter sandwiches with chocolate. So why not just?
I just said
Just
it'd
take
be
the
peanut butter
chocolate
and
off.
jelly with chocolate.
I know, but I'm just saying why not
With
just
a
take that?
Ritz.
Why do the Reese's at all? Why not just remove the chocolate, put the rich cracker in there, and then you just got a normal thing.
I think they make
Make-
those. They call
Yeah,
them something
exactly.
else.
So
Yeah.
why
Is that
are-
what like a
Why are we?
Uncrustable is?
I mean, well, yeah, but you can also get like little rich crackers.
Mm.
Yeah. Anyways, what do you? What,
Oh,
Mike, what do
Robert's
you
back there throwing up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't see him, but it's not good.
think? Yeah.
It looks like hummus.
No, I think overall, it's just another
That's a
one of
bad
those.
move.
Just
Bad move.
stop messing up things. Like Reese's peanut butter cup is great, like except for if you're Mike.
You know what though? I gotta give
Leave
it
it
to Reese's
alone.
peanut butter. No, I don't know. I don't think that's true. It's not like they said like, "Oh, we're gonna stop making Reese's peanut butter
Yeah,
cups because they
but-
came out with the PB&J one." I kind of like that they're giving it a shot.
Yeah,
Have you just
sure.
Do you just sometimes I've started doing this now? I will just when I go to the grocery store, I will just take a walk.
Eat in front
through-
of Bob. What are you
Yeah,
doing
that's
here?
weird.
What do you got
Um,
now?
We need the palate cleanse.
And why do
I
I
know
have a
what this
piece of
is.
bread? What
Okay,
the hell?
but I want to finish my idea here. So, do you ever just go to the grocery store and
solidarity
then
with
just take a
Bob's.
pass through the Oreo aisle?
Oh
like,
yeah,
Mhm.
They're coming
Yeah.
up with all kinds. They've
Oh, yeah.
got
They've
Selena
lost
their-
Gomez. They
they've
got Selena
lost their
Gomez
minds
Oreos right
in
now.
Oreo because you
And
can find.
I love it. I love it.
It
I'm
gets
all
weird.
for it.
It gets weird though.
Get
Some of
weird
those
with the snack.
flavors,
I say
some
go.
of those
Go
flavors.
for it.
It
I
just
can't
gets
wait
weird.
till they put the like they do on Coca-Cola, where they're gonna put
No.
little sayings on the Oreo.
This-
to say,
I also again with
Bro and
Coca-Cola,
cool
I really
and
like
all
the
that
like
stuff.
guess what flavor this is or the like this is the flavor of space. Like I love it.
So no, this is how Oreos went too far because I remember seeing this. Is there was Oreos, cookie and cream Oreos. So they were Oreos with cookie and cream filling. So essentially they
Right.
were Oreos with Oreo filling. And I'm just like, what are we doing? What are we doing? we're making, we're like,
Oreo
what if we made
cannibalism.
Oreos and we grounded up some Oreos and made it into
Yeah.
a cream and put that inside the Oreo? Like, why? What is going?
Do they sell
Well,
the
they-
cream separate?
Like just some Oreo
Like,
cream?
can you just buy like the cookie and the cream separate and then make your own like with the
You could buy the
desired thickness?
marshmallows from
what
Lucky
is- what
Charms,
is-
so I
what
would
is that? What
imagine
is-
you could.
I imagine so.
Mike,
On
what-
the
what
internet, you can
cartoon
get
is
that in a
it?
crucifix with Jesus and chocolate.
What cartoon is it where the guy gets Oreos? It might be Futurama, but he gets Oreos, but it's individually packaged.
Oh,
And
Futurama.
yeah. So
Yeah.
he gets each cookie individually and a cream patty, and he has a little compressor, and he puts one cookie in each side of the cream patty, and he smashes them together,
Right.
and then he pulls it out, and then he unscrews it and dunks it. I'm just like, this is Lucy.
It's
But
a
that's where we're
process.
going. That is where we're going.
That's Oreo's seafood edition. Same kind of
So
thing.
as everyone here knows, Bob included, because we've even talked about this, Donnell is out of work right now. Might have a job. We're
Oh,
hoping
good.
had a final interview. But while I have been out of work, one of the things I've been taking enjoyment is I have the movie pass card, and there's a in Monroe there's a nice Galaxy Monroe there where they allow you to drink
What are you doing, Donnell?
alcohol.
This is the wrong podcast.
No. It's because it's telling a story.
Yeah, you've been
A
going to the
movie.
movies this whole
A
time?
movie is involved, but it's the event that happened.
Oh, okay.
So Galaxy Road theater, it's one of the ones where you can get some actual food and some alcohol if you want. And so
Nice.
usually I just,
Yeah,
especially
I'd go
during
to
the
the
day.
I'd go to the movies even though I have a job.
Well, yeah, but no, I do. One is like I'm going a lot more than I
Not
usually
at
do.
1 in the
And
afternoon.
also,
That's
yeah,
excellent
also
food
like
about it.
I'm doing like
Okay.
noon. You're not at noon in a theater by yourself.
I could be that person.
Yeah. But anyways,
They're playing the Hallmark movies, Christmas
Oh my
movies
gosh,
year
that'd be
round
great.
over
no,
there. So
no,
you
I'm
know,
not
cheap.
watching Hallmark movies. But anyway, so I just whenever it take, and I also have a scooter, and I like to just ride my scooter around town. So I'll ride my scooter over to the movie theater, watch a movie. And so earlier this week, I think it was Monday, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go see it. But I had it was Monday because I had an interview, my final interview for this job that I'm hoping to get. And so I didn't go during lunch because that was when the interview was. So I got back home and I was just like, I'm just kind of putzing around. What am I going to do? And I was like, you know what? Let's go to the movies. And it was like for a 5 o'clock showing at this theater. They have it's split in half. Half the theater is just a normal theater, and all you can get is like popcorn and soda, and then the other half is where you can get like your alcohol and that sort of stuff. And so I was looking up what movies were in the alcohol side of the theater because I wanted some drinks. And
Wait, they got different movies in the different sides?
well, they show them across, but it's just like like how theaters have multiple screens all the
Mm.
time. It's just that. So I think it's 1 through 7 is the alcohol side, and then 8 and above is the other side.
Oh, I was
And
thinking
stuff
they like
moves around.
split up the seats
no.
inside the like screening.
No,
So
no,
is
no.
And I
that,
was
okay,
like,
it sounds like a
seats.
haphazard post
Yeah.
conversion, not like a plan.
Yeah, something like that. But anyways, so I was there, and like I said, usually I'm going at like noon 1 because it's like yeah nobody's here. But it's 5. But I was like I'm gonna get some drinks. What movies? And the only movie I wanted to kind of see that was showing in the alcohol side was How to Train Your Dragon,
I
which
would have
the
totally
live
seen
action.
that movie.
Wait, the live action one.
Yes.
Yeah.
And on the that's a kids movie.
It is a
What's it
kids
doing on
movie.
the alcohol
It-
side?
it-
I guess
that-
the parents.
So
I
well,
guess
yeah.
the
So
parents
let
ate
me
there.
get,
Yeah, the
let me
parents
tell
gotta
the
do a job,
story
yeah.
because that's the thing is,
Okay.
so it's 5 o'clock, but I'm like it's 5 o'clock on a Monday. No one goes to movies on like a Monday.
It was
and
packed,
stuff.
wasn't it?
It was because I forgot that it is summer, and
Oh,
so
yeah.
everyone is free. And so it's 5 o'clock Monday. I am a single black man sitting in a theater full of parents and kids.
I thought it was the drinking side.
It is the drinking side, but you can still have kids in the drinking
Oh.
side. So, but I purposely got myself some seats. But I got there and it was like 5 minutes before the trailer started. So I got some seats that were it was on the side by myself. Like, okay, fine, I'll just be the weird dude sitting by myself. Apparently, a family of 4
It's
showed up.
dark. It's not like they're all like. I don't go to movie theaters and go, "Who's the weirdest one?"
Well,
in this
yeah, but
movie
that's the thing is,
theater?"
so like I said, after I got my tickets and I get settled, I had my drinks and I had my food and all that stuff, watching the trailers. Well, a family came in late and they apparently bought the seats next to me, and so they come up and they're sitting there and they come walking up, and I get it a little bit, but also like I'm sitting there and they come walking up and the kids get there and they're about to sit down, and then Dad's like, nope, we're gonna scoot you down. Dad sits down next to me because I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I'll be honest, single dude in a kids movie, but watching like I'd be like, what's this guy up to? What's he doing? And I'm just like, yeah. I'm like, I think they think I'm a pedophile. I'm just like,
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, I am a single guy by myself in a
Were
kids
you
movie.
drinking at this point? Were
I
you
was
have you
drinking,
drink?
and I'm
Okay.
just like,
And were your pants off?
Were you the
No.
only black guy?
Okay.
Probably. I mean, I didn't get a good look around, but it is Monroe. So the odds of it were pretty high. But I was just like, yeah, this ain't a good look. I was like, this just feels
That's
weird.
not fair. I feel like you did everything you could to like find the right spot. You went to the drink. Why are there kids in the drinking theater? Why even break them up that
Well,
way?
that's what that was my thought. I was like, why are they showing How to Train Your Dragon in the drinking
It's
side? 'Cause this is a
popular.
kids
It's super
movie
popular.
and
They gotta have
stuff.
another screen.
But yeah.
I'm so tired of the theater, man. Did we ever see a movie at the Lincoln Square Reserve?
Maybe.
Have you ever seen a theater one? Have
Oh,
either
like
of you ever
Bellevue
seen one?
there?
So this is there's a Lincoln Square Theater, Cinemark, and then there's Cinemark Reserve, which is a block down,
Yeah.
and it's where they deliver alcohol and food. And there's only it's like a not like an IMAX, but like a regular kind of standard screen.
Yeah.
And there's only about 30 seats in there, and everyone is like a massage lazy boy.
Yeah.
Does it really have
Oh, really?
No, it doesn't have massage, but
Oh.
it's
Oh,
it is
okay.
it is
Maybe
like
that's just the one that
super
Donnell is next
super
to.
high end and fancy. And like there's only in there all the seats are in like sets of 2, so you're always got like about like 6 feet between you and the next
Yeah,
person. And like
yeah.
Oh,
There's
wow.
like only
Okay.
12
the
seats. per
tickets
theater
are way
almost.
more expensive
Mhm.
and stuff. And like the last time that I went there was like a 60-year-old lady who was with her husband.
60-year-old people can still watch movies. You know?
No, but
Okay.
she was playing on her phone the whole time, and she didn't want to disturb her husband.
What
and she
movie
had the
was it?
brightness at max. I don't even remember what movie it was, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
But I remember the lady.
You just were
And
watching her play Candy Crush the entire
no, she
time.
had a brightness at max, and she didn't want to disturb her husband, so she had her phone angled and just shining right in my face the whole time. And I'm like, look, I paid $80 for this ticket and food and drank and whatnot. I want to like, bitch, put your phone away. I'm
Mhm.
like, that's what children do. But it's just, yeah, it's
I see. That's the whole
Obviously not.
reason. That's the whole reason I like doing the because some people think it's weird, but like I like going to like the noon or 1 p.m. showings and nobody's there because like I went and saw I think it was well I know I saw Godzilla -1 and while watching it I was just like oh like you're watching something like oh wait who made this or this is looking interesting and you want to look up something on your phone but you can't but when you're in the theater by yourself you do what the hell you want I pull up my phone like I'm engaged in the movie but sometimes I just want to know more about the movies I hop on my phone I can search up who's this actor and I'm like this is my theater
I think
I wish
all
I
the
could work at the
movies-
movie theater and just stick my head in every time. Hey, you. Shut that phone off. I'm the only one in here.
I think all the movies that I've seen in the last like 2 years or more, I've seen with Donnell because we're usually doing it and then we come and record on it. And the whole time I'm just like, I really want to talk to Donnell while this movie is playing. And that's like the biggest rule.
Yeah.
It's like no talking.
No talking.
We did. I don't know. Were you there for my birthday when we did that 4D?
The worst
Oh my
movie
gosh.
experience ever. That was
Bob,
that
have you
was
done
so
one of these?
terrible.
Have you done one of these 4D movies?
Oh yeah.
Oh fuck
yeah.
that.
Oh my gosh,
that noise.
I kind of enjoyed it.
I-
But
I-
everyone hates me for it.
It was
Yeah.
so, I forgot what movie it was an action movie. I can't remember what
Yeah,
it was.
Was it Spider-Man?
But and so they
I
had
think it
some
was
they had
Spider-Man.
some they had fans in there. They had some
Mhm.
water sprayers and the
Right.
seats moved and rambled. And
Rumble.
like if it
Yeah.
was like because like I've done like the at amusement parks like there's the Indiana Jones ride or there's like things
Mhm.
like for a quick 7-minute experience. Awesome. Like, yeah, let's
It's
do
like
that.
an
It's
hour and
cool.
a
But
half.
for 2 hours of just juggling around and getting hit in the face with water and the fans kick on and you're all cold. I was like, this is the worst way to see a movie.
It's like Rocky Horror
terrible.
like, all over again there.
My only note that I have is that they should not allow you to have concessions. Like when you're buying a drink and going to see
Yeah.
a 4D movie, there
They
should
should
be a
stop you.
giant warning that says you're not gonna be able to drink this. You're gonna be moving around the whole time. Like
You will spill this
Yeah.
on yourself if you take it in a
Yeah.
theater with you.
that's my only
Oh my goodness.
So what's going on with you, Bob? What's you were talking about the hardware store or something while we were setting
Oh
up?
no!
Tell us your
I
hardware
just wanted me to
store.
talk about something. I have. Oddly enough, I have a weird movie theater story where I was picked out of the crowd and made to feel terrible.
Wait,
Okay.
Go on. This is interesting. So it was like a interactive experience?
No, kind of like Donnell here. So the interesting thing
Oh.
is, so here I am. Oddly enough, it's a Movie Pass story as well. So
Oh,
a
okay.
long time ago, got Movie Pass. And
the
when I
original
first
Movie
got
Pass,
it,
the first
the
one.
original Movie Pass,
Okay.
yes, the first one.
Mhm.
And I went to see Black Panther when it was at the theaters, right? So the Marvel movie Black Panther,
Yeah,
first one.
Were you the only blue guy in the theater?
Yes. So my wife was
for listeners, Bob comes to us as a blue cat.
Yeah, yeah.
So my
Not a
wife was
real
supposed to
cat.
go with me, but her movie pass wasn't working, and she's like, "I don't really care if I see this movie. How about I go do something else and I'll come get you?" And I go, "Okay," because I'm easy like that. So I go in to see Black Panther. This is I think it came out in February, if I'm not mistaken, because I was wearing a black trench coat because that's what I had to go outside with. And so,
Mm.
yeah, okay. So
I'm already kind of okay.
yeah, okay. This is what happened. So
Yeah.
I go into the movies. It's cold.
You did
I
have
find
clothes
my
underneath
spot.
the trench coat.
Oh
right?
yeah. I had clothes
Okay, okay,
underneath.
okay.
Yeah, no, the trench coat is integral to a little bit later in the story. So I decided to sit up at the top of the theater in line with the projection. Okay, because
Like right underneath
if
it?
you want to go if you go off to one side or the other, you lose a couple of stops. So you
Yeah,
got to be
yeah.
kind of centered, right?
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there, and they're getting ready to do previews and what have you. And the theater's filling up with people and whatnot. And I don't even know if I got popcorn. If I was with my wife, I definitely would have got whatever she wanted to get. But I typically won't. I'll be like, I'm not going to spend $20 on this stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there waiting, and then the usher starts making their way up, and they keep coming up, and then they come right to me.
Keep making that weird eye contact where they're like,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm
you're
like, I'm like,
I
this
think
is
he's coming to
odd.
me, but like maybe it's the guy next to me. Yeah.
Yeah, this is so Donnell. Just so you don't feel bad. She asked me. She said, "You must take your coat off."
What?
What?
I was
Why?
cold, but you might. I go, okay. She goes. Some people in the theater are uncomfortable that you're wearing a long coat, and they think that you might be hiding something, like a weapon.
What the hell? I mean,
So
there
yeah,
have
so
been there. I feel like
Wait, Bob, when you walked in, was your hands in the coat? Like, were you like holding
no,
something underneath
no,
like your arms
mm,
or something, so that you
no.
look
I
like you
was
were
just,
hiding something?
no, I
I
didn't look
mean,
like. But the thing was, I was by myself, right?
yep.
Right at the top of the movie.
Unlike Donnell, I am white, and I'm going to see Black Panther with essentially a black audience,
do you
right?
live in Columbine or something? Like
No. This was in the St. Louis area, and yeah, and so somebody apparently was like, "Who's this weird guy sitting up at the top of the theater in a trench coat?"
Yeah.
By
I mean,
And they
yourself.
look,
sent
it
By
management in.
himself.
it raises an eyebrow, but we haven't had like a good old fashioned, movie theater shooting in like
Where are we
Right.
going
in
with
like
this?
20 years.
Yeah, no.
Well,
What
it
was
happened. It
Batman
happened
one?
at Batman,
Batman,
in,
yeah,
in
that was
Denver,
like 20
right?
years
So,
ago or something.
yeah,
Was it?
yeah.
Has it
Dark
been that?
Knight, I think it was.
Dark Knight,
Dark
yeah,
Knight.
yeah, yeah.
Do you have red hair, Bob?
No, I don't have red
Okay,
hair.
well then I
Oh.
don't
But
know.
no, I normally don't go to the movies by myself, and so but yeah, I was totally picked on like Donnell was, but in a different way. They didn't think I was looking for little kids. They thought I was there to kill everyone.
Tomato, tomato. You know,
Like,
really?
not now. You've ruined it.
Well,
Yeah,
Like,
you
I can't
you
wear the
spoiled
coat.
it.
It
I
ruins
had
the
to
it
take my
fun.
coat
ruins
off.
everything if I don't have the coat.
I won't look cool
Yeah.
while I'm doing it. It's like,
I feel
Well,
like I don't know. I feel like
I'm taller
because
than average, so some people get intimidated. Whatever. I don't
because
know.
theater's
So,
empty from the front, I would have been more concerned if you were, especially because also no one sits at the front row. If I came into
yeah.
a theater and saw a guy in a trench coat sitting in the front row by himself, I'd be like, oh,
Yeah.
100%.
oh yeah, dude, and then, like,
100%.
staring straight up
But
at the
at the
screen.
top, I'm like, well, everyone can run out get out the theater like pretty quickly. Like this,
I-
that's
yeah,
bad
Yeah,
man.
placement.
you gotta be in a position. I don't know why we're planning this,
I-
but
What? This
you gotta be in a
podcast is
position
so-
where you can block the emergency exits, you know, and like funnel people away. But
I'm
so if you're in St. Louis, Bob,
Mhm.
have you ever gone? Speaking of theaters, gone to like one of the Rocky Horror Picture Show things they do there? Do they still do that?
Uh, I haven't gone. I've gone to a couple, but not in a St. Louis theater.
Okay,
I've gone to
okay.
other theaters, but yeah,
Because for some reason
yeah.
I seem to recall like driving through St. Louis and they had like the longest running like Friday night midnight
Yeah,
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
they probably still do it, as far
Yeah.
as I know.
Well, they
but
probably shut down during
yeah.
COVID, I'm sure.
Yeah.
No, I knew when I was younger, like high school. I knew a guy who dressed up as Frankenfurter and went to a lot of those. Yeah,
Yeah. For
Yeah.
people who don't know, basically the Rocky Horror Picture Show was a movie came out in like what the 50s, 60s?
No,
I don't know.
70s.
70s,
Yes,
whatever.
the
Yeah, yeah.
50s.
Because,
Anyway,
like,
it's-
what's his
They
face
would have
is
never
still
had
on
that
it,
in the
yeah.
movie. In the
Yeah,
50s.
that's true. That's
I said
true.
50s,
It
but-
is it is a
I think
very
it was like
70s
78,
70s
76,
sci-fi
78,
thing.
something
Mhm,
like that. Yeah.
But ever since then, it's been a cult classic, and they'll do in St. Louis and probably a few other places. But it's
Oh,
really
yeah,
big
all
in
over the
St. Louis
place,
for some
yeah.
reason. They
Well, because
they'll
there's a lot of transvestites here, so
ah,
that's why.
interesting. It's the gateway. It's the gateway.
It's a gateway. It's a gateway. Gateway
Anyway,
to a plethora
they'll
of
play the
things,
movie at
yeah, so
midnight, and everyone will get dressed up as a different character, and they will
Yeah.
read the lines while it's going,
And yeah,
and like
it's a
they'll
4D experience.
yeah,
It's,
it's like a whole like production, fan
yeah, you throw
production.
toast,
Yeah.
you squirt guns, you there's all
So
kinds of stuff. You
Yeah.
open umbrellas, and people squirt the crap out of you. It's terrible. Yeah.
1975, September 26th.
There you go. 75.
And
yeah.
I love looking up older movies because you just see things like hour 15 minutes, hour
Yeah.
30. Remember when you could watch a movie and not have your whole day
Oh, yeah.
gone? You could or you could go to do a double feature, and it wasn't like you just ate up your whole night.
Yeah, that's
That-
what I loved about that last.
How
Marvel
long is
movie,
Rocky Horror? What
Thunderbolts.
did it say?
Hour and 30 minutes exactly.
Yeah. there
That's
you
why
go,
I
90
mean
minutes.
that's what I loved about Thunderbolts. It was an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
That was probably the shortest
It was fantastic.
MCU
though.
movie.
It was
What
They got
was-
tired of making it in the
fantastic.
middle. they
Speaking
just
of
cut it
Rocky
off.
Horror, what was your guys' like most memorable Tim Curry movie, or like Tim Curry?
Oh,
like,
I mean the
moment?
one that just like in that
Ooh.
movie.
No,
Oh,
just
oh.
in
In
general.
general.
Any movie.
I only bring
any
it up
movie.
because like
You
Tim
know what?
Curry hits a different spot for me. Like it was
Tim Curry. I mean,
Legend.
there's it is obviously like he stands
Yeah.
out there, but the one
Mhm.
that and then next is probably the Shadow.
Mhm,
He's
mhm.
fantastic in
Yeah.
the Shadow, but I'll tell you what, the movie The Congo is a piece of shit.
I haven't
And
seen either
it's like about half an hour before Tim Curry shows up, and then you're like, I could watch the rest of this
yeah,
just because
it's
Tim
great.
Curry is here. He is so funny in that movie. They just let him loose off the chain, and he just gets
So
to be Tim Curry for like an hour, and I'm like, this is fantastic.
Bob.
I like Legend. Have you ever seen Legend with
Oh
Tom
man,
Cruise
we
and Tim
almost
Curry?
covered that so many times where he plays the devil.
Yeah.
He plays the
Yeah.
devil. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a very good devil. I'll put
Is he
it that
still
way.
alive? Is Tim Curry still
Yeah,
alive?
he's
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
not doing very well, but he's
Not
still
doing well.
alive.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, he's
yeah.
old, you know. I mean, what
Well,
you
no,
gonna
he
do,
had a
yeah.
stroke.
He had a stroke.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, so, like,
that's
only years.
Yeah,
unfortunate.
had a stroke.
But
But
no, the reason
everything
I bring
he's
it
in is
up,
usually good. So
I
the
was
reason
gonna-
I bring it up is because I also remember Tim Curry because he was in that video game, Red Alert.
Red Alert, yes.
And so, like,
Yes.
I like one of my more memorable, like Tim Curry.
Yeah.
Everyone goes like Rocky Horror Picture Show, all these other things, and I go Red Alert. He was in
Commander Conquer Red
cutscenes
Alert.
of Red
And
Alert,
just
the computer
over
game.
not giving a crap, overreacting everything, and it makes everything so much better.
Yeah.
I
Did you
Well,
guys-
okay, wait. I just want to say because I was looking him up. He's 79, by the way.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
And I pulled up his IMDb. Known for the first thing, Congo.
Mhm, yeah.
Like, he saved that movie. Muppet Treasure Island.
I was gonna say
I
Muppet
was
Treasure
Muppet
Island's
Treasure
the second one.
Island.
for me.
Clue.
Yeah.
Clue was what I was
Yes,
gonna say.
and then the
Clue,
Rocky
yeah.
Horror Picture
Yeah.
Show.
Yeah.
I want them to do more movies like Clue. Because have you guys seen
Oh
Clue?
yeah.
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 The different endings, like how it's like
Mhm.
always different. Like
They just had one
Um,
come out recently called torn yarn so torn like SEW about a seamstress who gets
Oh
into
yeah,
some
you showed me that's
shenanigans.
the weird. I
Like
gotta see that.
it's an interesting. Well, there's too much watching it for the talking
It
it,
doesn't
but
matter. This is the last talk. We do whatever the hell we want.
we'll move on to news after this. She's a seamstress and she is driving along and she finds an accident where a drug deal had gone bad. So there's a bunch of money on the road, uh, and a bunch of drugs, and two guys that are all smashed up from the wreck trying to get to their guns. And the movie is like three phases of three different scenarios of what she decides to do about it, and every single one involves her rigging up crazy, complicated Rube Goldberg contraptions using yarn.
Mm.
What?
It's
It
Home
is
Alone for a
not super
seamstress.
great,
Yeah.
but it is fun and interesting.
Yeah.
That was the pitch. This is Home Alone, but with a seamstress.
Yeah, absolutely,
But
absolutely.
so the movie is 3 movies because it's 3 different.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, there's no reason why they can't do that for every movie. At this point, with your phone, you could basically throw a QR code, say log in, tell us where you want the movie to go,
Yeah.
and then you hit, and then it's all digital. So then they just when they
Don't
go
go
wish-
down that route,
I
Bob,
just-
because
I-
that's going to lean more into to make it easier instead of having the actors do 3 times. Let's just get AI and
Yeah.
that's
No,
yeah,
I mean, we're
well,
gonna
it's
get
all
crazy
going in
with the
that
AI.
direction.
Yeah.
I mean, there's gonna be
I
like
just
you.
think it would be cool to be able to go to the movie theater, and then like you talk to your friends, and they saw different
Oh
parts
yeah,
of the movie.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And like
Mhm.
you'd be like, wait, that's not what I saw, and then it was like, oh, I really liked
Different
it. 'Cause of this.
endings,
Like it
yeah.
would be great. I just feel like
Wouldn't it be great if you just went to the movies and you typed in what you wanted to see, and then it randomly picked from
Well,
the
that's
audience,
just
and then
gonna
just
be at home. It's
generated
just
it?
like
Yeah.
it's like I want to see a movie with Tom Cruise, fishing, and it's gonna make you a
There you
movie
go.
about Tom Cruise fishing.
That still has, for whatever reason, an extended running scene.
Yeah.
Because you
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah, yeah.
can't
Well,
have a Tom Cruise movie without him in a full
Running,
on
yeah.
sprint at some point. Like I feel like he has to know. Like he's in on it now, right? He knows.
I mean, he
Oh,
writes
yeah.
those
He's
movies.
in
No,
on
he's
it,
talked
yeah.
He
about
directs
it.
them.
Yeah.
okay. Because I just remember when watching the last Mission Impossible when he takes off to try and save his friend. Spoilers. I won't say which friend, so you don't know. But anyways, he takes off to try to save his friend, and there's just a scene where he's just like booking it across a
Yeah.
bridge, and I'm like, I don't know, man.
That movie was so bad.
I'm
Get a
I'm waiting for
Uber,
the wheelchair
grab a
scene where he's
taxi.
rolling his wheelchair across. the bridge. That's gonna be good.
Still hanging off a plane, but the wheelchair
Yeah.
is like he's still
They
holding
strapped
onto the
him in.
wheelchair. Yeah.
It's time to
Yeah.
strap in, Tom.
Or like, oh, even better now I can think of it right now is so the plane needs to land, but the like front landing gear isn't going to work,
Oh, there
and so
you
he has
go.
to like hold on to the front
Lower and
and with his
down.
wheelchair
Yep.
be the front
Yeah.
landing gear, you
Yeah.
know? Like,
Oh, by the way, we're getting Sisu 2 this year.
what?
Oh
Really?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a great movie.
Sisu sequel.
Sisu. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man.
How are they
Okay.
going to continue
Have you
that?
not
I mean, it kind
seen
of wrapped up.
Sisu?
didn't
I don't
it?
think
What do you mean, dude?
I mean,
He's still alive. He's got the gold. And
I
he's
Yeah.
still
know, but
better. I mean,
guess
I wonder
is
if it's
he
gonna be a
kill more
prequel.
Nazis, I guess. or what?
Maybe they're like coming for him.
He
You
could,
know?
yeah, he could
They're,
kill
like,
Russia.
Do you
trying
know
to
that-
hunt him down.
Did
There
you
are
know that
so
they
many
were with
people
the
out there to
Nazis?
kill
That
Bob.
country was with the Nazis. You know that?
What was that?
Historically, it's going against history. They were a pro-Nazi nation. Sisu, right?
No, Sisu is the guy.
I know, but where he was living was a pro-Nazi nation.
Oh, I don't know. I have no idea.
In Norway, right? Isn't it Norwegian?
Yeah.
He's a rebel though. He's
Look,
Well,
look,
there you
he,
go,
he
there you
didn't
go.
care. He was not fighting Nazis because they were Nazis.
yeah. He was.
He was
Oh, I
killing
know, he
people
was,
who
you
took
know.
his fucking gold.
Mhm.
Right,
And anybody
yeah.
can steal that man's gold, and then he will chase them down.
Oh my goodness!
Like,
yeah,
there are a
true.
lot of
Oh,
people in
true.
this world that would be up for stealing some gold from some old miner that they don't know is the
Well-
John Wick of the 1800s or something. Like,
Mhm, right.
So we got Sisu and Nobody 2 coming out this year.
Oh yeah.
oh yeah,
Great.
yeah, that's good.
Love it.
Good
Gonna
stuff.
be a good year.
I feel like we're forgetting about Spaceballs too.
Oh,
What?
that's a
Sequel.
Bob.
Yeah,
That's like a
Spaceballs
Bob
too.
movie to me.
What?
Oh yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
Spaceballs
And
2,
who's
original
making
cast.
it?
yeah.
Original cast
Mel,
except John Candy.
Mel Brooks
And their
is
children
still
apparently.
gonna be in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's 99 years old.
He's already shot his scenes.
Yeah, he better have.
I
Yeah.
did not even know this was a thing.
Oh yeah.
They
They
basically
announced
just
it in the first movie.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, years. I mean, come on. No one thought that was real. Spaceballs 2. Okay.
I'm just excited for all the merch.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
okay,
The
well,
funny
that
thing is, all Mel Brooks scenes are him eating soup. That's it.
What's crazy to me is they're getting Rick Moranis to come back.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Are we getting Rick
Yeah,
Moranis?
yeah.
Rick
He-
Moranis is in, and that's crazy.
Nice.
This might be like the first thing he's done in
You
like.
know,
He did that
oh,
In a
Ryan
while,
Reynolds
yeah.
commercial.
Well, he
with,
did the Mint
Mint
Mobile
Mobile.
commercial.
yeah,
Yeah,
he did
exactly.
that Mint Mobile commercial, but like his actual. Now I'm on Mick. Let's see.
72 Rick Moranis.
Yeah, you know what?
So
They're digging up John Candy. and he's
Yeah.
doing that too.
Oh, if they Weekend at Bernie's John
Oh.
Candy into that role, that would
No.
be so bad.
I'm
didn't it?
also really excited. I know this is talking it, but still,
It
I
doesn't
am really
matter.
excited
It
about
doesn't
Naked
matter.
Gun with.
Really?
That's an
uh,
interesting
really?
one.
I
yeah.
am
Mike.
on the fence about it.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
like,
know about
it
this,
might
so-
be
I don't know about
good,
this.
but it might not.
Have you guys seen all these pictures with Liam Neeson's drunk on the street and pisses himself? It's all over the internet.
No.
No.
This isn't really the kind of trash that we want to talk about. Like, you know what? I've gotten drunk and pissed on myself too.
Well,
You know
I'm just
what? It's
he's
just-
in the
he's just
movie.
the
He's in the
guy.
Naked Gun. They could incorporate it, you know?
Oh, that would be funny.
But yeah, no. So the last movie Rick Moranis did, it was
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
No.
3.
Nope.
Brother Bear too.
Yes, Brother Bear 2. A direct
Thank you.
video
He's got an
sequel.
I'll be
He's
looking for
doing
my
a-
Omaha steaks.
Yeah.
Any day now.
Well, we're gonna send you all these half-eaten Reese's peanut butter cups.
Yeah, thanks.
He's doing
Give
a
me the
sequel.
masticated Reese's peanut butter and jellies. Thank
He's
you.
doing, but Rick Moranis
We're gonna
is
melt them and make them into one big one.
Just put it in a
All right.
hummus. Put it in a hummus,
Hummus.
tub.
Yeah.
All right, Robert. What sequel is he doing?
Oh, he's doing another sequel to Honey, I Shrunk the Kids,
What?
but it's just going to be called Shrunk.
Of course.
And I'm like, I hope it's
Shrunk 5.
I hope it's like a super serious version because they're just going with like the one word.
Yeah.
Is
yeah.
Jason Alexander going to be in this?
And
Is
what?
Jason Alexander in the first one?
Shrunk.
In Honey, I Shrunk
No.
the Kids? Oh.
No, it's a Seinfeld reference.
Yeah.
I was so just because I got a gripe because of the name and stuff is they're I think me and Robert we already talked about this, but they're making the I guess the sequel to Now You See Me 2.
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah.
it's called Now You See Me, Now You Don't. And all I got to say is they still cannot stick the landing with this name. When they made Now You See Me, and then they made the sequel Now You See Me 2, it's like, no, you do not call it Now You See Me 2. You call
Right.
it, you just call it Now You Don't. And now,
Mhm.
now they got it, but they Now You See Me, Now You Don't. No, you get rid of the Now You See Me. You just call it Now You Don't. That's the
Now You
whole
Don't.
thing. They
Yeah.
can't stick the landing with this easiest title ever. I don't even
Well-
get you. You made them first movie, and you're like, let's make a sequel, and I don't know how they cannot just figure out how to get it right. It's just
You know who-
annoying.
But who is
Did you watch
killing
those
it-
movies?
I watched
I
the
like
first
'em.
one.
I
I haven't
like
seen the
'em.
second one, but
They're fun.
I mean, they're kind of fun, but they're
Mhm.
not good.
Yeah.
Well,
Not
I mean,
good.
it's not an Oscar
yeah,
grab,
it's
and by
just-
any sense of the word. It's like, hey, we're gonna have fun with magic and crime. I'm
Yeah.
like, you know what? I like crime movies.
Mhm.
I like magic movies. Let's fuse
It's-
those
it's-
together. It seems to work.
yeah, yeah.
It's Ocean's 11 with Lance Burton. is what it is.
You know who is killing it with the naming though is 28 days, 28 weeks, 28
Ah.
years.
Yeah.
Like they're killing
Yeah.
it with that.
That's a
Never
movie
seen
I'm
it.
looking
I haven't seen any of them, and
I mean,
go,
it took
I
28
kinda
years
wanna
to make
watch
the
them now.
last one.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
They're doing a great
The only
job
thing
with
that gets
that.
me though is that they skip 28 months. That's the only thing. That gets me.
Yeah.
They're like 28 days, 28 weeks,
Well,
and then like 28 years. I'm like, hold up,
Whoa.
there's an increment of time that you have skipped.
I mean, I think they just keep going on with it. Just
28 decades.
28 centuries.
If the
Yeah.
zombie apocalypse is still going on 28 centuries, we have
Dude, we can get into some sci-fi zombie stuff.
some
yeah,
space
that's
zombies.
great.
You know, like they've weaponized the virus or whatever, the rage
Yeah.
virus, and now they're using it on the poor citizens of Epsilon 37.
Yeah. And the first scene, the guy's like, I can't believe TikTok is still happening.
Yeah, the president just extended it for another 90.
These extensions are out of control.
I just can't wait till you see the like the obvious like zombie that's now like raised was it like he was just like in a lab coat and he looks like a scientist and he's like started to develop things, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Zombie
Zombies have-
scientist.
Yeah, zombie
Yeah.
scientist. Yeah.
That's a
Yeah,
Disney
yeah.
Plus movie. It's coming out soon.
Zombie scientist.
My dad's a zombie scientist.
That's right.
Dude, that's an 80s movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an 80s. That is an
Where,
80s
where,
made for
where,
TV
like,
movie
everybody's
right
a zombie, but you're
With
the
Rick
normal
Moranis.
kid.
Yeah.
My life's terrible. I'm not even a zombie.
Or actually, it would be my life as a teenage zombie father or something. Or
Yeah,
my
there
life
you
as a
go.
teenage zombie scientist.
Yeah.
there. Wasn't there a zombie movie where the mom's a zombie but doesn't want to eat her baby and like carries it across like some
What?
like this is a movie. This is a movie. I'm not making
I
this
was about to
up.
say, you making up movies?
Yeah,
No.
that's
No, this is a movie where the mom zombie is like, and it's super serious, is like trying to get the kids to their living kids to safety and protecting
I
it
think
from the other
that's the
zombies.
new Walking Dead series, Mom Zombie.
The series that never ends because they just keep making
Yeah,
more and more.
Exactly.
Supposedly, they're still doing 3 movies. Supposedly. I don't know who
Supposedly.
they're for because I
For The Walking Dead?
Yeah.
Like on top of the TV show?
Mhm.
They're making like
movie.
How many
movie.
how many TV shows have they
So
made
so
out
so
of The
they
Walking
they,
Dead?
they fake killed Rick, and then they made a whole special series about
Spoilers.
it's all out about Michonne tracking down and finding Rick, and then the movies are supposed to be about Rick and Michonne doing something. I don't know. At this point, I'm just like you because, like I said, you have
taking a baby,
The Walking Dead,
taking a baby.
Fear the
across
Walking Dead. Walking Dead Tells, I think, is something. No, there's Walking Dead Tell without a S, and then there's Walking Dead Tells with a S, which is a different series. I looked this all up once. This is why.
Yeah.
There's Dead City. There's the New Dawn or something, or the New Age, about like a bunch of people who were like born into the zombie apocalypse, or they're teenagers now. But no, there's way too many shows. It's
That's a lot.
There's
yeah.
Walking Dead at the mall. Also,
pretty- I
there's
might as
Dawn,
well.
Day of the Dead. I think it is.
Yeah,
Dawn of the Dead.
I mean, there's Dawn of the Dead, but that's not. Did you find your zombie mom movie,
So
Robert?
there is a so
Okay, hold on
We
though.
gave you
Before
time.
before we go into this, what was the search like words that you used to find this
The
movie?
Ones Who Live, Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon. Sorry, I'm just throwing out.
zombie mom
Mhm.
takes kids to safety movie.
And Google was
Okay.
like, "Oh, I know what he's talking about."
It
It
immediately
is
it
Google.
immediately gave me the result Z Mom,
It is Google. I don't.
which is
Z Mom.
not the movie I was thinking of.
Okay.
But is
Oh.
that is
Oh,
what's-
because there's
Z
other people
Mom-
that come up with this exact movie
Yeah.
style and was
Z,
like, "Oh,
Z Mom is a 2024 movie that
2024.
appears to be like from Chile or something like that.
Oh.
What I really wanted, it's not a mom, it's a dad.
Of course.
I changed it to
Okay.
dad.
Oh yeah.
And the movie is from 2013.
But he's like a real feminine dad or something, right?
Yeah.
No, well, that's rude. That's rude. But
Well, you
no,
thought it was a mom.
the movie is from 2013. It is called Cargo, starring Martin Freeman,
Really?
where he is a zombie and his kids ride zombie dad to safety, to civilization.
What do you mean?
That's
ride
just
zombie?
The Hobbit.
What do
You
you mean by
mean riding?
riding?
Like piggyback style. Like
No, really?
literally like in a bag.
Look. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Zombie Martin Freeman carrying a baby on his back to
Zombie
safety.
Mar-
Huh. Was this before? or
Y'all
after
thought
The
I was
Hobbit?
crazy. 6.3
Yeah.
I
on
mean, I
IMDb.
still think you're a little crazy,
Yeah.
but
6.3. I've
I feel like that movie
I've
doesn't
seen
get
so
talked
many
about
movies,
enough.
Donnell, you can't even imagine.
I know.
You can't even imagine.
I don't know why you picked that one. I mean, what was going on? Nothing?
Because I haven't thought about it in a long time. But that would have been better than doing Warm Bodies, I'm sure.
Yeah,
back in
would
the-
have. Yeah, would have. But it wouldn't have been good for. Oh wait, we did Warm Bodies for Halloween,
Yeah.
not for the Valentine's Day. We talked about it.
Do they still do this? Do you guys remember when was it Now I See You and then The Prestige? No, it's
No, Prestige and The Illusionist.
The Illusionist, where
Yeah.
they still do this
Mhm.
where like they'll come out with movies, but it's like the
They're
same
they s-
kind of movie.
they're
and
in
they
the
do it at
same
same
vein,
time,
and
like
they, for
Hunger
some reason-
Games,
yeah.
and then like
Yeah.
Divergence.
Divergence
Yeah.
or whatever.
Divergence.
We
Yeah.
should have been doing this big panel thing the whole time because now I feel like I can just walk away and smoke my cigarette and we don't have to pause or anything. Y'all can just carry.
Well, I mean, I
The
was
pressure's off.
no, that weird thing where two movies that are just like strikingly similar
Right, yeah.
just suddenly come out at the same time with no correlation. Because I always remember The Prestige and Illusionist.
I feel like why is that one to me seems so vivid. Maybe it was just because I feel like they always did it, right? Volcano and
Yeah,
Dante's Peak.
Volcano and
Yeah.
Dante's Peak. I remember looking that up.
The core and something else.
Oh,
the
the abyss and the core. Is that what it is?
something
No.
like that. Yeah. Well, not. They both were
Oh.
like kind of movie. Movies
Same,
where
like,
everybody's going to die
concept
because
or-
of some kind of you have to get to the middle of the earth or something.
Yeah. What is that? There's got to be like a thing in the biz where they go like, okay, but they're always done by like different studios, though,
Oh, yeah.
too, right?
Right. Well,
Yeah.
because they're sharing the marketing because people aren't that smart and they'll be like, I'll go see that movie where the Earth, 2012.
Right.
There's a lot of them like that. I'll go see that End of the World movie, and then they end up going to the wrong one. Like, oh shoot, I meant to go to the other one. Then
Yeah.
they go to both.
But like,
of
are
them.
they
Yeah.
making enough movie on people making enough money
Yes.
on the banking on the fact that they're watching the wrong movie?
Yes.
Well, that's the thing is, you have to think of it this way: is there are people who want to see that movie, so they're getting that money, and then they're also
Right.
getting a nice little bit of bleed over all the people who accidentally saw
Yeah.
it
This-
when they went to see the
Because
other movie.
I
The
think they definitely
the
do
same
that.
thing happens in television. They have constantly two shows on that are so similar that it's hard to tell them apart sometimes.
Yeah.
Because
Because I would
like
I don't know. I
Simon
just feel like
and
they-
Riptide. I don't know if you guys know those
Which
two
one?
shows, but
No.
I don't know that one. I remember because like I could believe it because like remember when you go to the movie store like it's Blockbuster and like they would have like Pacific Rim just came out and then they'd have
Right.
the Blockbuster Atlantic Rim that
Yeah,
like
yeah,
they
that's
made
Yes,
like
yeah.
a
terrible, man.
weekend or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that. Those guys are definitely making.
that's what you
money.
guys should be doing. You should
Yes.
be making those movies
Yeah.
to compete on the
I-
streaming
I was
services because
looking
they
at-
still do that. They
For
still
whatever
do it.
reason,
I
I
think
was
they
looking
do,
up
yeah.
all the Fast and Furious movies, and when I was looking them all up, one movie that snuck in was like Super Speed,
Yeah.
and it was literally Fast and Furious rip off. Like when I read it, I forget what the guy's name was. Like it was like Dom Tomato or something instead of Dom Toretto, and is being chased by undercover cops. Something. And I was just like, oh, these guys are
Uh-huh.
just 100% just being like, and they had the guy on the cover looked like if you went, when they're like, oh, I'd like Vin Diesel, and they're like, we got Vin Diesel at home. That sort of
Right.
scenario where it's just like he looked Vin Diesel-ish.
Yeah.
He had a bald head, and I'm just like, I see what you're doing here. I see what we're doing here. You're just trying your best to be like, this is
Well,
what you're looking
you
for,
have
right?
to remember that the other thing is the international sales of the
Market.
movie
Well, I always love the
make
and
more money than the U.S.
It used to be on Tubi all the time. I don't know if it probably still is there, but there was the Russian Avengers movie.
Like a real like
Oh yeah.
legitimately.
I don't know.
Or it's like the blockbuster
Have you ever
version
watched
of
any of
Avengers?
those? Those are great.
It
You
was
should
so
watch
it's
one.
in Russian because you have to watch with subtitles.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
it was like their Avengers movie. I don't know if it's for like when we made Avengers or that stuff. But all I know is instead of Thor, they had a man who became a bear, and that's
Right,
all you.
yep.
That's all you really need to.
I
is
watched
totally
watched
worth
that
it.
movie. I watched it.
Oh,
It
yeah,
was
yeah,
on
yeah. I watched
Netflix or
some of it.
something.
It was,
Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean,
it's-
it was in Russian.
You know, it was
so
Russian, yeah, but
I
it's
couldn't really tell how
interesting.
the acting was going because it's hard.
Do they
it's
still
not.
have the Red Guardian?
No, it's not. No, it's their
No,
own characters. It's not
I-
They
like
I
make
would be
the,
great
they
if
make
they had
up
Red
new
Guardian.
things.
yeah.
Hey, look who's
Uh,
back.
Hey.
Oh man, when are we getting Red Guardian prequels?
Speak of
When we
the
get
Well, we were
nuts?
talking about the blockbuster versions of movies, like when
Yeah.
they would come out with like, Atlantic Rim instead of
Oh, yeah,
Pacific
yeah.
Rim or whatever. But I guess there's a Russian Avengers movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So then it
on
was like,
Tubi, most likely.
Yeah.
Most likely.
Yeah,
most
it's
likely
it's
on
the
TV.
grandma buy.
Yeah.
He's like, you try.
yeah, I
The
got you a
grandma buy.
Nintendo. This is not it.
Yeah. It's like, oh,
No.
give me the one with the Avengers, and
Yeah.
he explains it, and then she sees the one with the bear, and it's like, oh, this must be what Johnny
It's gonna
wanted.
be hard to
has to be
explain to
it.
people like the sheer disappointment. Oh man, because it happened to me multiple times where it'd be Friday night, go to a
Mhm.
blockbuster, and you were like, "We're gonna watch this movie," and then you think you saw it, and it's the blockbuster version. And
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
oh my
Mhm.
gosh.
No. I mean, see, the way you describe that, that's like your mistake. Mine was like my mom would go to the Blockbuster. We'd be like, "What movie do you want?" We'd be like, "Oh, we want to see Avengers." Like, okay, I'll go get it. I'm gonna go to the grocery store and I'll pick it up later. You're like, sweet, and you're at home. You're psyched. You're ready to go. You're like, they're coming back. They're gonna have the movie, and then she walks in with the rest of the Avengers. Like, what? This is why. Like, you got hyped. You were ready to go, and they show up with the block. And you're like, no. It's not, and that's to parents. It doesn't matter because it's the same thing. It's not the same thing.
I
What's the
forgot.
difference?
I forgot you could. I remember you could rent movies at the grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
It was like
Yeah.
right at the front by like the lotto tickets
yeah,
or whatever. You
yeah.
could rent.
Mhm.
Like
You can still do that. You got Redbox that are in
Yeah,
front of
Red-
you.
yeah.
Yeah,
Redbox
before
isn't a
Redbox,
thing
yeah.
anymore.
Is it not a thing?
No.
No,
mm-mm.
they went.
I guess
under.
I haven't seen one around in a while.
Yeah.
They went
Well,
under. They can't,
I don't know how their business model worked.
to
It's a
begin with.
bold move when you saw Netflix, who also
Yeah.
started up as a mail-in service, then go all the streaming, and then you thought,
No, Netflix still does
oh,
the
okay.
shipping.
Yeah, they
ships
still
the
do,
DVDs.
but it's definitely
It's like a separate company. But
it's and it's
Oh,
definitely
but-
like when they pull
well,
up
I
their
still
their
owe 'em.
profits.
I still have a DVD I never returned. from
oh,
Netflix.
they're gonna
Oh,
get you one.
They're
Uh-oh.
coming.
Oh,
They're
man.
coming for you, Mike. One of these
So,
days.
Can you bleep this part out? 'Cause
They-
I still got Ninja and Assassin.
they're just
Alright.
going through random podcasts like we
Alright.
got them. We got them.
okay.
Oh,
I need some.
AI is always listening, guys. So
Yeah.
all this is
I
already
need
out
some legal
there.
advice. I need some
Is
legal
this
advice.
the podcast?
All right.
Okay.
You have a blue cat and two guys who know nothing about law.
I happen to
sitting
be
here.
I know a lot.
Doberman
I know a lot about the
Esquire,
law.
so,
Then why are
yeah.
you asking us?
I'm wanting to know if I should start breaking a specific law. Okay.
Should we be recording?
So, on my way home from work,
Okay.
90%
She's
of
still
the time,
breathing?
90% of the
Oh.
time, I don't know how they do it in St. Louis, Bob, but
Mhm.
here we have metered on ramps.
Oh
So
yeah,
when traffic
yeah,
is
stupid.
heavy, when there's heavy
I
traffic,
hate these things.
They got rid of
gate
'em.
the on ramps with a stoplight that turns on, and
Yep.
and you can
Right.
one car per green.
Yep.
Yeah.
There is a HOV lane
I hate
next
it.
to
It's
it
the
that does
dumbest thing.
not have to follow
It's the stupidest
the
thing.
rule.
Right, yeah.
I get in this line. It probably takes like 15 minutes to get onto the highway.
Yep.
Mhm.
During that time, between 50 and 200 cars without just one passenger
Sure.
get in that HOV and just go through the light, which messes everything up because
Yep.
that makes the
Yep.
light take longer because now there's more traffic.
Right.
I feel like I just should that no cops ever pull these people over.
But Robert,
The
I'm
minute
gonna
you do it.
Yeah, I will say, Robert, they will get you. And
Yeah.
the reason
Are
I
they
say
taking
that
pictures?
is because
Yeah. No pictures.
I used to do that. I'd be like, F it, I'm going to HOV lane. And guess what? I was the guy who eventually got pulled over by a cop. He's like, you ain't got anybody. And it's like, nah.
I mean,
Well,
I look
that's
at
why
it,
you
all
drive
the
around
time.
with a mannequin.
If
Come
it takes
on,
me
just
like
put a
15,
mannequin
20
in your
minutes.
car.
and I get pulled over once a year, it's worth the price. I think.
So see now Donnell has to get out his soapbox to talk about the metered HOV lane thing, because the thing is that it's all supposed to be to make traffic better, but by having the HOV lane, even if people aren't abusing it, even if it is just people with actual thing, that still one is screws up the metering. The whole point of the metering is to have cars come in stagnate it so you don't get as much traffic. And then the biggest thing for me is the HOV lane is on the left side of the freeway. If you're getting on the freeway using that HOV lane, your main priority once you're on the freeway is to cross all 3 lanes of traffic
Yeah.
to get to that HOV line, creating more traffic. So I'm like, if you want to have
Yeah.
an HOV entry on ramp, it needs to go up and over and deliver you directly into HOV lane. If it doesn't, you're just creating more traffic.
They've got that in some places.
Yeah, they do in some places.
But
I'm
you have to
saying
pay
you
for
have to
Flyover.
do it everywhere, or else this is just creating more traffic. It's like it's the dumbest system to be like, here's a meter to fix traffic, but
You
we're
know
not
what they
gonna
need to do?
make people. adhere
Everybody
to
just
it.
work from home. Don't even
Yeah,
go to work.
Absolutely.
Just work from home.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
100%. It was the greatest crime against humanity that's ever happened, in my opinion, when they made everybody go back into the office.
I mean, the thing is, with everybody
the
working from
amount
home,
of suffering and death is
mhm.
not is incomparable to anything else that's ever happened in the history of man. I'm
Except for
not
daylight
kidding.
savings time.
I don't care if 100 million people died in World War II. Like, there has been more
large
death
RTO
and suffering as a result of return to office than that, in my opinion. Like, it
Mhm.
is
There you
just-
go.
Civil engineering podcast and the It Network be called the Legal It? No.
Ah,
Public sector It?
I do remember even during COVID when I had to go into the office. Like, it was just so nice because no one else was there, or
Yeah.
no one else. Like, so I'd get on the freeway, like, look at this, all these lanes open, and just you might pass somebody else on your way there. You give them a quick wave, like, hey, you're out here too.
I mean, the people. I mean, IT. We had to go into the office, but like facilities would be there.
Why?
Like,
Mhm.
because
You
I
guys work
mean,
on servers?
no, because we gotta
Sometimes, and
mail stuff, and we
yeah,
gotta have
get
like
equipment
equipment in
and
a
the
secure
call center
location.
for like I'd say a vast majority was still, until they finally wised up and realized they couldn't. But our call center was still working in an office, which
Mm.
was dumb because it was just like the plague yard. I remember telling you guys, like, hey, if you get a ticket to go into the call center, like, glove up, mask up, don't touch
Oh,
anything
yeah.
unless you have to. I was like,
Yep.
try not to be near anybody because, like,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
that's
that
in a
plays on the
good
petri
year.
dish.
That's what I say. In a good year, or normal years, call centers are still the plague yard during flu season. And
Right,
people still
yeah.
coming to work. So I'm like, now we have an epidemic, and now we have an epidemic, and we're like coming to this petri dish room,
Right.
and just it'll be fine. But yeah. I think that's it.
That's it.
Well,
No
I think
news
that's
today.
it.
No
Oh,
news today.
that's
we,
it?
We ate up all the time.
We've talked about
What about the
We've
news?
talked about Rick Moranis coming back. We've talked about politics. We've talked about traffic and return to work. I feel like there's no.
We had a
don't need
food
news.
challenge.
We had a food challenge that Bob had to watch us eat.
Yeah,
Wait,
that's
we're
gross.
still sending it to
Disgusting.
him in a half a hummus container.
Don't do it, Bob.
We
Don't do
talked
it.
about weird movie interactions
I mean, the whole
we've
room
had.
smells like fucking jam right now, and I hate it.
We
So-
will
Not
we
even
will
real
we
jam.
will throw them out away outside, Robert. Not even
I've-
the indoor trash.
You should have
No,
took him
you're
with you,
telling me,
Robert. You
yeah.
should have took him out with you.
But I think this was a good talking. I think we hit a
That's true.
lot of random stuff for no reason, and that's the whole point of this show.
Have you had a jammy Dodger before?
I don't
Oh,
know
yeah.
what that
It's a
is.
great
That sounds
cookie.
very British.
It's a
What?
British,
It is-
the
it's a
British,
British cookie.
snack.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
British biscuit, I guess.
Yeah, British cookie with jam in it.
Yeah.
We have them here quite often. I don't really eat them, but
What exactly?
So you take the strawberry jam that's in this peanut butter cup,
right,
but you put it in a shortbread cookie.
right, yeah, like Girl Scout cookie or something.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds significantly better than the peanut butter cup.
I know, but
I would do that.
Less creamy, more crunchy.
yeah,
I'm fine with
and
that.
buttery. Yeah,
A
they
little
also have
more
like
butter, yeah.
giant. They have giant jam